I should have never taken the job. But the money was good, and all I had to do was watch an old house. Easy enough, right? The owner, some rich guy I never met, just wanted someone to stay overnight while the renovations were being finished. I wasn't even supposed to do anything, just be there. The house itself was a creaky, 3-story Victorian mansion tucked away in the woods outside of town. It looked like it had been abandoned for decades. The paint was peeling, the windows were grimy, and the porch sagged as though it were tired of holding up the weight of the place. I remember stepping inside for the first time and immediately feeling like I shouldn't be there. The air was thick with the smell of old wood and something else, something musty, decayed. The first few hours were uneventful. I sat in the living room, playing games on my phone, half-heartedly listening for any signs of trouble. The only sounds were the occasional creak of the house settling and the wind whistling through the cracks in the walls. Nothing unusual. But then, around midnight, things started to change. It began with a soft tapping sound. I assumed it was just the wind, but then it grew louder, closer. It was coming from upstairs. Tap, 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 as if someone or something was knocking softly on the floorboards. I stood, my pulse quickening, and called out, "Hello?" No response. I tried to shake it off. Old houses make weird noises. It's just the pipes, I told myself. Or maybe a raccoon in the attic. The tapping grew faster, more erratic. It seemed to be moving from room to room, right above me, like something was pacing. I grabbed my flashlight and cautiously headed upstairs. My footsteps echoed in the silent hall as I reached the top. The air felt different up there, heavier, colder. My breath hung in front of me in thin white puffs. The tapping had stopped. I shone the light down the narrow hallway. All the doors were closed, except for one at the far end, the master bedroom. That door was open just a crack, swaying gently like someone had just slipped inside. "Is anyone there?" I whispered, my voice trembling more than I'd like to admit. No answer. I don't know why I didn't just leave. Something deep inside me screamed that I should turn around and get the hell out of there. But instead, I walked down the hallway, each step feeling heavier than the last. The door creaked louder as I approached, revealing more of the darkness inside. I pushed it open slowly, the light from my flashlight cutting through the gloom. The room was empty, just an old, dusty bed frame and a broken dresser. And then I saw it. On the floor, in the corner of the room, was a small handprint. Not just any handprint. This one was smeared in something dark. It looked fresh, wet. I backed up, my heart racing when the tapping returned. But this time, it wasn't from the ceiling. It was right behind me. Tap, tap, tap. I froze. Slowly, I turned the flashlight towards the doorway, and there, standing in the hallway, was the figure of a small child. She couldn't have been more than 6 years old, her face pale, eyes wide and empty. Her head tilted slightly as if she were trying to understand what I was doing in her house. For a moment, I couldn't move. My mind couldn't process what I was seeing, but then she smiled. A slow, unnatural smile that spread across her face like it didn't belong there. She took a step forward, her bare feet making that tapping sound as they hit the wooden floor. I ran. I don't even remember how I made it out of the house. My legs carried me faster than they ever had before. I stumbled down the stairs, tripping over my own feet, and burst through the front door into the night. I didn't stop until I was in my car, heart pounding so hard I thought it might burst. As I sped away, I glanced back at the house one last time, and I saw her. Standing in the window of that cursed house, watching me leave, still smiling. I never went back. And I don't care how much they pay me. Some places should be left alone. If you like this type of videos, then make sure you subscribe to our channel Howling Stories and hit the bell icon.